We give you nothing. No residual charge, no customer complaints, no downtime due to undesired machine stops, no worries. Within 5 minutes, you'll know why and how. No residual charge on your web or roll. A closed-loop feedback system ensures very accurate neutralization of static electricity charges. Add a sensor IQ system to measure the residual charge. Position an anti-static bar to neutralize the static charge. Connecting the sensor bar to the anti-static bar in closed loop gives a residual charge close to 0 kilovolts. See the results. No more complaints. No returned products due to high static charges. Data logging of all connected devices provides proof and quality assurance to your customers. Extract data from the Excel file to make your process presentable. Parameters and setting of each device are listed in the footer of each log file. No undesired machine stops due to unexpected or unnecessary maintenance. The result? No worries. Static control devices with 24-volt input voltage and integrated high-voltage power source that come with an additional 4-year warranty give you a high reliability and maximum uptime. Warnings, alarms, data logging and action logging give you maximum performance and traceability. Control your whole process with up to 30 devices from one central place. Applications for the IQ Easy system are numerous. Watch some examples: bag making, flexo printing, slitting. So when do you start? To give your customer that uses your machine the best possible performance by installing the IQ Easy system. Or, when you're a manufacturer, when do you start equipping your machines to improve your process? The Manager IQ Easy and Extension IQ Easy will provide the 24-volt power to all devices. You can connect it to 110 to 240 volts AC or 24 volts DC. Up to 6 devices can be connected to one manager. You can connect up to 30 devices to the system. Some devices are connected: an anti-static bar, Performax IQ Easy EX, an anti-static bar, Performax IQ Easy, and a CM Tiny charging generator with a charging bar connected. A sensor IQ Easy, a Thunder Ion 2 IQ, a CM Micro Easy IQ with charging electrode. The Extension IQ Easy is connected with a communication cable to the Manager IQ Easy. A USB connection can be used for updating the software and downloading the data logs and action logs. The Manager IQ Easy is prepared for connection via an optional field bus interface. An Ethernet connection is available for downloading the log files via a network connection. Via a sub-D connector, various analog in and output signals are provided to communicate with the machine interface. Neatly hidden by a removable cover, you can find all necessary connections on the base plate of the unit. The 7-inch full-color LCD touchscreen displays information about all connected devices. For more information or to request a demonstration, go to www.simco-ion.co.uk/IQ.
By clicking the device icon, you can enter the information screen of the device. On the top right, you can see that the information section contains 5 pages. You can scroll through them clicking the yellow arrows. The Graphics tab shows a live representation of the actual values of important parameters. The Action tab shows all recent actions for this device. This tab shows some parameters that are stored in the data log file. The Maintenance tab gives access to some additional actions only for the chosen device. You can use the Run Standby button to toggle the running status of the device. The button status turns to green when the device is in standby. This section shows you how to change its settings for the device. Before you can change settings, you have to select the correct user level that gives access to the parameters. Basic user can only view parameters. Advanced users have access to a limited number of parameters. Expert users have access to all changeable parameters. These levels can be protected with a password. Next, we will change the clean bar warning level to a setting higher than the actual efficiency. Efficiency warning will be activated. The details of the warning can be looked up in the action log. The warning status can also be noticed by the color of the home screen button. Each device can be controlled by a remote on/off signal. Change the remote on/off source to remote. In the button, a small antenna indicates this device is controlled by remote on/off. When the antenna is white, the device is running. When the antenna is green, the device is switched off by the remote signal. The unique and most sophisticated feature of the system is closed-loop feedback. In this operation mode, the anti-static bar uses the measuring data from a sensor bar to adjust its ionization. This enables the anti-static bar to neutralize the material to values close to 0 kV. Change the operation mode to CLFB. Closed-loop feedback. Changing the mode to closed-loop feedback generates a warning. To complete the closed-loop feedback mode, you have to select the correct sensor IQ Easy bar that is positioned downstream of the anti-static bar. When the sensor bar is paired, you can check how many sensor segments are available and active. The settings screen of the anti-static bar will show some measurement data from the paired sensor. The CM Tiny is a small electrostatic charging device. Each device is the same set of tabs, as explained in the Performax IQ Easy section. Put voltage setpoint can be easily changed. Each device is an auto-run setting. This defines how a device reacts when the power to the Manager IQ Easy is switched on. Auto-run Yes means the device will automatically start in running mode. All anti-static devices have Auto-run Yes as default. All charging devices have No as default. Each device can be operated through the analog remote on-off input. The CM Tiny can be set up to give only a charge pulse of definite duration, controlled by the remote on-off signal. Independent of the duration of the remote on-off signal, the output voltage will have an exact duration set by the parameters. Because the remote on-off signal was not switched to off, it exceeded the pulse max time, and generates a warning. Clear the warning by setting the charge pulse max to 0. 0 means the parameter is ignored. In case you want to display the devices in a different order, without changing the cables, you can give it a favorite screen position. Set the mounting distance to obtain an accurate measurement value. The minimum distance is 50 mm. You can set a warning level that will become active if one of the segments measures a value above the set value. the warning becomes active. With the same procedure, you can also set an alarm level. The alarm status will be communicated by the red color on the home screen button. The graphics screen of the sensor displays a bar graph for each measuring segment in the sensor bar. It will display positive and negative charges in real time. The little line indicates the measured peak level. Apart from all devices, the Manager IQ Easy has its own settings. Click on the Setting button to enter. You can set data logging on and off for the whole system. The log interval can be set to various time intervals. Set the system time for accurate data logging. Set the date-time format. As standard, a basic user can only control run and standby mode of the devices. This can also be blocked and be only available in the advanced or expert user level. The Run button is now disabled. The software of the manager can be updated by new software placed on a new USB stick. You can check the software version on the information